John Casey, a construction contractor from the US, is back in the Philippines with a new team, continuing his search for Yamashita's gold.
We're gonna find a way to get to this treasure.
Head researcher Bingo Minerva updates the team with new information regarding how much treasure may still be in the mountains.
Hello, Bingo, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good, guys. How you doing today?
We're good.
So, I've been working with military historian P.J. Springer. Now, he had a lot of evidence that he got from the National Archives that show what the Japanese were looting, and not only that, how much of it they looted.
For the purposes of your team, if we're talking about the northeastern portion of Luzon, and in particular Nueva Vizcaya, that's the last place that the Japanese are getting pushed into. When Yamashita finally surrenders, if there's a huge treasure trove, it's going to be in the last places that were under Yamashita's control.
Do you know the total value of treasure that the Japanese took and looted?
You're talking hundreds of billions of dollars unaccounted for.
Wow.
My conservative estimate is maybe 20% of it has been recovered.
What happened to the other 80%?
An awful lot of it is just a complete mystery.
According to Bingo's research, the treasure on the mountain might be more than just gold.
Really exciting stuff. I mean, I've got a number of pictures here. I think this is one of the cooler pictures. These are little canisters full of diamonds. I mean, there were so many of them that they didn't even count it. They measured it by weight of the carat that they had in them.
Show me pictures of treasure, man, and my blood starts to boil. I want to start digging a hole like a gopher.
One of the main things they had were these coins. I don't know if you can see that there, but a lot of it was stored in like burlap sacks and crates.
You know, there's a really good possibility, like at Breech 6, where they just picked up like metal hits or iron hits. There's just an endless possibility of what could be in there. There could be diamonds, gems. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Recent NMR scans conducted by the team over Breech 6 indicate a large cache of metal just below the surface. Hoping the hits are metal canisters, Rick returns to the site.
I've been chasing this treasure for almost 20 years. When I was here 20 years ago, the pyramid rock was here. There was no Breech 6. Nobody had dug a hole in the ground.
But according to Rick, during the time he worked with Colonel Coriaso, the colonel was interested in this area as well as the waterfall.
Coriaso had a map with him, and he wasn't sharing it with anybody. He was keeping it really secretive. I got to see it one time, just a glimpse. Kind of showed where a pyramid was, and there was a lot of Japanese writing on it. He kept saying, that's where we want to dig, that's where we want to dig. Not sure if they kept going once I was gone.
Rick suspects the existence of the hole known as Breech 6 indicates Coriaso and his men returned to the site to excavate it. But whether Coriaso reached the treasure is unknown. For decades, dark stories have surfaced about a team of treasure hunters digging here.
The Japanese put poison inside the hole. All the diggers get sick. All of them die.
And the area still has dangers.
We've got the pyramid rock. We've got this tree, roots hanging out. We've got a boulder about to come down. We've got this undercut over here.
Wow, this site's a lot more dangerous than I thought.
Before proceeding further, Rick wants to better understand the lay of the land.
There's a lot going on.
In this situation, it's too dangerous to walk into Breech 6. The area is very unstable. We're not comfortable going in there, so we're going to fly our drone with the magnetometer, and that provides a perfect solution to get in there safely and still collect very high-quality data. We got a couple meters still going.
Later that day, back at base camp, Max and Colin show Rick their findings from the magnetometer scans.
Hey guys, how you doing?
So, here's the Breech 6 data. We went in this whole area
There's these 3 anomalies that we think are interesting.
So at this point, we're here.
Yeah.
We've got the satellite scan, and it runs right over that same line. So, I mean, all of these things kind of start stacking up.
Right.
You know, I really think that there's a tunnel running along that line. I think we've got enough information we should dig, and I think we should dig right there next to the larger anomaly. I think this Ferris line is the key to the puzzle.
So we're on top of something.
We are on top of something, definitely on top of something. The biggest target they got, that's where we're gonna go, right here. We need to start digging. 20 years I've been waiting for this. This is awesome.
But take your stake out, here it goes.
We don't know exactly what's down there. We don't know what kind of metal it is. The metal readings could be iron boxes full of gold. It could be a tunnel, could be a room, could be artifacts, could be machine guns, could be tanks for all that matter. But until we get to the bottom, we're just not gonna know.
But not far into the excavation, Steve runs into a major problem.
How's that ground so far? Is it holding up?
Not at all. This is the crappiest stuff I've ever dug in.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like from my side, too. I don't know how much we're going to be able to step this down. It looks like it's just going to fall in on you.
The soil around the dig site is too unstable to dig deeper. So Rick's come up with a human solution.
Nice job.
Got your studs right here, man.
Rick's called in miners Brent Listner and John Farrell to build a reinforced steel shaft that will safely allow the team to access the metal targets under Breech 6.
The idea of what we're doing here is we're going to go in with steel sets, dig a shaft. These sets are going to keep us as safe as possible. There's no way this job will be, what I can see, is going to be really soft clay, and it's going to be very hard to hold that ground above us. As the deeper we go, the more the danger will rise. We got a spot up there where there's nothing. Well, first time in Breech 6, we don't know what's down there. I mean, that's what I'm here for. Dig a big hole and figure out what's down the bottom of it.
As Brent and Farrell prepare the shaft, they find something unusual.
What is that? This looks like a big hard rock or a big hard chunk of concrete. What do you think that is, dude? What I'm seeing in here, that kind of looks like small aggregate concrete.
Like some Portland cement.
Well, like all this might be like Portland cement, but then this would be like the small aggregate they would have used, like crushed rock.
Aggregate is the filler material used when making concrete. It typically consists of small crushed rock, coral, or seashells. If it is aggregate, then that would indicate that the hard rock is, in fact, man-made concrete.
Dude, that's just weird how that rock's like that, though.
But is it rock? Hey, Rick, this is Brent. You around?
Rick here.
Hey, Rick, we dug down to something real hard. It's like a slab all the way from wall to wall. What is that?
Rick has come down to examine why the concrete is here and what it could mean.
I don't know what it is, dude. It's wall to wall hard all the way. Could be just like concrete.
It sure could, yeah. Well, we're looking down at a possible cement slab in Breech 6.
Concrete is a signature of Japanese army construction. On islands like Iwo Jima, the Japanese used a unique cement mix to build an 11-mile network of tunnels and underground bunkers to protect them from the impending American invasion. The discovery of similar concrete here could mean they are on track to intersect a Japanese tunnel.
All right, here goes nothing, man.
I am hoping this is concrete. I've been listening to these Bob Curtis tapes. In the shafts Bob Curtis was digging, they found concrete.
Man-made. Outside it looks like they had gone through the concrete dome of the cavern, broken through into the treasure tunnel, commencing the removal of the treasure trove.
Yeah, right here this morning, real hard. Ultimately, we're trying to get to the treasure. Hopefully, this is the access point. If this is concrete, it's a pretty good chance it's a cap over a tunnel. Right now, I'm the most excited I've been to the mountain.